Today we're going to be going over slope, and you should be very familiar with from Algebra 1, but we're going to go over it again just to make sure. So don't forget that words that mean slope are things like rate of change, how steep sometimes will be the slope. And steepness means that the higher the number, the bigger the number, the steeper the line. So a slope of 5 will be a much more steep line than a slope of 1, is what that means. And to go over slope, the easiest way to remember it is to, first of all, we're always going to go in this direction, always from left to right, and draw a little guy on there. I like to give my little guy shoes because he's always going to be walking to the right. So if he's walking to the right and he keeps walking, let me see if I can make him walk. And he's walking uphill, and he keeps walking uphill, and he keeps walking uphill. He is walking uphill, correct? So this is an increasing or a positive slope. This is the main one that you really need to know. It's positive. And if I draw another guy over here, and I give him some shoes, and we're going to make him walk, and he's walking from left to right, so he's walking in this direction. He is walking downhill. So that means that it will be let me get him back on the line. It'll be a negative slope. And then here's my other little guy. And he can walk on this line. It's possible. So if he walks, he just continues going from left to right. And it doesn't really change. He doesn't go up or down. So that is a 0 slope. So if they ask you for a slope of a line that looks like this, your answer is literally 0. And here's my other guy. And so he's trying to walk on this line, and he can't, and he falls, he goes, "Whoa!" And he dies, and he ends up looking like this, and he goes, "Bleh," and he's like dead on the ground, and his blood is all coming out, watch. But, anyway, so, since he died, and he cannot actually walk on this is no slope. So if they ask you for a slope in this situation, it is undefined. Or you can also, if you don't want to see the blood, you can give him a parachute. But know that he would have to have a parachute in order to walk on this line, or some suction cups or something like that. So a vertical line is no slope, a horizontal line is 0 slope. So to find the slope, we need to have x1, y1, x2, y2. My y's go on top, so it's 5 minus 1. My x's go on bottom, so negative 2 minus 6 equals 4 over negative 8. Which, when we reduce it, divide the top and the bottom by, well, 4, not 2. It gives you negative 1/2 as your slope. And again, x2, y2, x1, y1, we do negative 7 minus 2 over 3 minus 3. Negative 9 over 0. And this, whenever it's 0 in the denominator, it is an undefined slope. And you can remember it like this. There are 2 ways that you can remember 0 in the denominator. You can remember it as Lamborghinis, and I don't know how to actually spell it, so I'm just going to write lamb. And then you can have unicorns. I know it sounds kind of weird, but this will give you the difference. Is it possible not to have a Lamborghini, but for one to exist? And this is okay. It is okay for you not to have one, but one exists. So it's always have over exists. And it is possible for you to not have a Lamborghini, but for one to exist. That's okay. Most of us, if not all of us, do not have a Lamborghini, but they definitely exist. Unicorns, on the other hand, it is not possible for us to have a unicorn when they don't exist. And this is minus all the girly, oh, I believe in unicorns, why don't you? I mean, for real, if you can't bring me a unicorn in this room, they don't exist. So it is not possible for me to have a unicorn when they do not exist. And this also does not count stuffed animals. This is real for real unicorns. So 0 in the denominator is not okay. It is not possible for you to have something that doesn't exist. It is okay for you not to have something that does exist, though. So that's how you can remember the 0 thing. Unicorns or Lamborghinis. The slope for this one, remember on a graph, it is much easier just to draw your lines and to count. And it's always rise. So how far did I rise up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over run. How many did I run? 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 6 over 3. And let's see if it's positive or negative. Draw your little guy. Put some shoes on him. And if he's walking. He's walking. He keeps going downhill. So that means that it is a negative slope, which is the same thing as -2. And then over here, we're going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 over 7. Let's see if it's positive or negative. Take my little guy, and he's moving from left to right, and he ends up going up. So that's positive. 5 over 7 is your slope for that one. And I do have a way that'll help you remember rise over run that I will share with you guys in class. I will look like an idiot. Please do not record me. If you do, I will sue you. Thank you.